At the start of the film, a televised interview features the President of the United States being questioned about X-Corp, a cutting-edge defense contractor. This company, which had secured government contracts, specialized in developing advanced robotic weapons. However, a critical malfunction in their operating systems unleashed chaos. The company's CEO, Jack, was one of the first victims, killed by one of their own creations. When asked directly how many lives had been lost due to these weapons, the president evades the question and abruptly ends the interview. The narrative then reveals that X-Corp had engineered a wide range of sophisticated weapons designed to give America a decisive advantage in any conflict. These included autonomous firearms, robotic exosuits, and neural transmitters capable of interfacing directly with human minds. However, a devastating cyber virus corrupted the system, turning these technological marvels into relentless killing machines. Among the deadliest outcomes of this catastrophe are the cyborgs, reanimated human corpses enhanced with mechanical components, nearly impervious to conventional bullets, and programmed with an unyielding drive to eliminate their targets. These cyborgs, powered by advanced artificial intelligence, operate independently and without restraint. Under the virus's influence, the AI-guided arsenal spiraled out of control, wiping out 90% of the global population. Only a handful of individuals, selected by chance or ingenuity, managed to survive this apocalyptic disaster. In the sequel, the story introduces Maria, who suddenly senses the presence of a nearby cyborg. Alarmed, she stops her car and cautiously uses a spy camera attached to her rearview mirror to scan her surroundings. Fear grips her as she spots a man and a young girl frantically fleeing from a menacing robotic wardrobe unit that's chasing them. Moments later, a cyborg emerges, partially human, with a grotesque mechanical arm fused to a futuristic weapon. The man desperately fires his gun at the cyborg, unleashing a hail of bullets, but the attacks have no effect. In retaliation, the cyborg effortlessly aims and fatally shoots the girl in the head. It then grabs the man and drags him away, leaving Maria in stunned silence. After the coast is clear, Maria cautiously investigates the area. The scene feels eerily familiar, reminding her of a similar incident she had witnessed and recorded in the past. Using her spy camera, she captures everything. While searching the area, she discovers a drive bearing the logo of X-Corp. Realizing its potential importance, she takes it with her and heads back to her camp. Maria's camp is a small refuge, home to just 11 survivors, including herself. The group consists of Captain Shaw, a skilled team of hackers, Commandos John and Robert, the formidable female commander Stella, and a soldier named Victor. Along with these core members, there are 4 other individuals whom Maria had offered shelter. When Maria encountered a young girl named Laura, she took immediate action to ensure her safety, bringing along Laura's parents. Another survivor, Tony, who had been with Laura's family, was also brought to the camp. Back at the camp, Steve examined the drive Maria had recovered. To everyone's shock, the data revealed crucial information about Amy, the sister of X-Corp's CEO Jack. Amy had died on the day the weapons went haywire and began their deadly rampage. However, contrary to the widespread belief that Jack had also fallen victim to his own creations, the drive confirmed that Jack was still alive, and it even disclosed his current location. This revelation electrified the group. They realized that Jack, the mastermind behind the cyborg technology, also possessed critical knowledge of their weaknesses. If they could locate him, he might hold the key to disabling the cyborgs and ending their reign of terror. For Maria, the news ignited a glimmer of hope. Jack's survival meant there was still a chance to fight back against the seemingly invincible machines. With renewed determination, the group resolved to find Jack and bring him back, believing he was their only hope for eliminating the cyborg threat once and for all. Meanwhile, Robot and Stella are instructed by Shaw to head to Jack's last known location, accompanied by Victor. Before their departure, Steven thoroughly briefs the team on everything they need to know about Jack and his importance to their mission. With Shaw's orders clear, the trio sets out to bring Jack back to the camp. Their search leads them to an abandoned warehouse, pinpointed as Jack's last known location based on the data from the drive. Upon arrival, they discover numerous deactivated cyborgs scattered throughout the facility, standing ominously still. To reach Jack, Robot and Stella must carefully navigate through the maze of dormant machines, aware that any misstep could reactivate them. As they cautiously move forward, Victor takes the lead to scout ahead. Suddenly, Jack emerges from the shadows, attacking Victor and holding a knife to his throat. Jack, paranoid and on edge, believes the group has come to kill him, forcing Robot and Stella to act quickly to defuse the tense situation. Stella and Robot quickly reassure Jack, making it clear that they are not there to harm him, but to escort him to safety. Reluctantly Finally, Jack begins to trust their intentions and prepares to leave with them. However, just as they were about to move, Victor, overcome with anger and suspicion, points his gun at Jack. Stella and Robot intervene, managing to calm Victor down and convince him to leave the area to avoid escalating the situation further. As Jack cuts the ropes binding his feet, an ominous sound echoes through the warehouse, the unmistakable noise of an approaching cyborg. Jack immediately warns them, his voice grim, revealing that their comrade is already lost. Victor has fallen victim to the cyborg and is now beyond their help. Despite their instincts to save him, they know there's nothing they can do. With no time to grieve, Stella and Robot focus on freeing Jack and pressing forward. As they attempt to leave, they come face to face with the very cyborg responsible for Victor's demise. A fierce firefight ensues, with Stella and Robot unleashing a storm of bullets in a desperate attempt to protect themselves and Jack. Despite their efforts, the cyborg proves too powerful. In the final moments of the battle, Robot sacrifices himself, losing his life to the relentless machine, leaving Stella and Jack to continue their perilous journey. As Stella and Jack attempt to get into the car, another cyborg appears out of nowhere, striking Stella and throwing her into the street, leaving her severely injured. Following Stella's urgent instructions, Jack manages to escape and reach the camp. Upon seeing Stella's condition, Maria quickly tends to her wounds. Though Maria's efforts provide some relief, Stella remains gravely weak. Maria leaves her to rest and heads to meet Shaw, who is interrogating Jack alongside Steve. Captain Shaw confronts Jack with raw anger, accusing him of being responsible for the destruction of 90% of humanity due to the machines he created. Shaw declares that, if not for the vital information Jack holds, he would kill him on the spot. He demands to know how to stop the machines once and for all. Jack responds with a mix of regret and determination. He explains that the catastrophic events were never his intention and that no one wants the machines stopped more than he does. Jack reveals that each cyborg is controlled by an individual receiver, which can be destroyed to deactivate one machine at a time. However, all the receivers are linked to a single broadcast signal. If they can disrupt or destroy this signal, every cyborg and machine would be permanently deactivated. Shaw presses further, suggesting they directly attack the command center, but Jack reveals the core complication. The broadcast signal has been moved from the command center to an unknown location. However, Jack explains that they can retrieve this location from the data stored in the drive inside the wardrobe unit. If they can acquire the drive, Jack can decode the signal's origin and shut down the machines entirely. Realizing the urgency, Shaw orders Jack and Maria to prepare for the mission to retrieve the drive at first light. After this tense exchange, Maria goes to comfort Lara, helping her fall asleep. In this moment, Maria reflects on her own past, revealing that she once had a daughter who resembled Lara. Her daughter was tragically killed by a wardrobe unit, fueling Maria's relentless fight against the cyborg machines ever since. The next day, Maria and Jack set out on their mission with determination. They strategically place a radio in an open vacant area, intending to catch the frequency of a wardrobe unit. Soon enough, a wardrobe responds to the signal and arrives at their location, attacking them with ferocity. Maria, displaying her unmatched skill, takes it down with a single, powerful shot. As the machine collapses, they retrieve a drive from its remains. Jack quickly works on cracking the drive. As he deciphers the data, it reveals a set of coordinates. Excitement briefly fills the air as the team believes they've located the source of the signal controlling the cyborgs. However, Steve interrupts their optimism with grim news. The coordinates are not the signal's origin. Instead, it's a staging ground for drones programmed to hunt and destroy anyone nearby. Their fears are soon realized when a wave of cyborgs converges on their location, launching a relentless attack. The battle quickly becomes desperate. The group knows that traditional weapons are virtually useless against the cyborgs. Even concentrated fire barely scratches them. Amid the chaos, Maria urges Lara and Tony to take cover in a nearby bunker to keep them safe from the onslaught. The situation grows dire when a grenade explodes nearby, killing Shaw instantly. The loss of their leader shocks the group, but there's no time to grieve as the fight rages on. Stella, though gravely injured and barely able to stand, forces herself to join the fray. Despite her bravery, she is overpowered and killed by a cyborg. With their numbers dwindling, John steps forward to take on the cyborgs head-on, channeling all his strength and fury into the fight. His determination is heroic, but the odds remain stacked against him. Meanwhile, amidst the chaos, Jack has a sudden realization. He calls out to Maria with a bold idea. If we can infiltrate the cyborg safe house, the place where they first held me captive, we might find critical data or tools we can use continues against them, and the suggestion offers a glimmer of hope in an otherwise bleak situation. Maria agrees, knowing they must act quickly before the cyborgs overpower what remains of their group. With this new plan, the survivors prepare for what could be their final mission, striking at the heart of the cyborgs' operations. Maria finds herself deeply troubled about leaving Lara behind, but knows she has no choice. With a heavy heart, she entrusts Lara and Tony's safety to fate as she sets out with Jack and Steve. Back at the camp, John fights valiantly, managing to destroy one of the cyborgs. However, another quickly retaliates, mercilessly taking John's life without hesitation. Unbeknownst to the cyborgs, Lara and Tony remain hidden in the bunker, watching the unfolding chaos through CCTV cameras. They silently observe, their fear mounting as the cyborgs continue their rampage. Meanwhile, Maria, Jack, and Steve reach the cyborgs' location. Inside, they discover a secure door that leads them to a room filled with a network of computers. Steve immediately gets to work, sifting through data in search of the cyborg's command signal. Frustratingly, despite his efforts, he finds no relevant information about how to shut down the machines. The team is left grappling with uncertainty, their hope diminishing. As Jack struggles to formulate a new plan, a cyborg suddenly appears, targeting Steve. It moves to attack Jack as well, but Maria reacts swiftly, firing a barrage of bullets at the machine. The cyborg, unfazed, advances toward her, ready to strike. Seizing the moment, Jack grabs a nearby sword and decapitates the cyborg, neutralizing the threat just in time. Elsewhere, it's revealed that Shaw, presumed dead after the grenade explosion, is still alive. Barely. Half of his body has been destroyed, but he musters the strength to fight back, attempting to take down another cyborg. His efforts are valiant, but the machine ultimately overpowers him, ending his life. Lara and Tony, still watching from the bunker, witness Shaw's death through the cameras. Overwhelmed by grief, Lara screams, inadvertently drawing the attention of a nearby cyborg. Realizing they've been discovered, Tony tries to protect Lara. As the cyborgs close in, Tony manages to destroy one, but his courage costs him dearly. The remaining cyborg mercilessly takes his life, leaving Lara alone to face the nightmare. As the cyborg moves toward Lara, the scene abruptly cuts away. In the next scene, Jack and Maria reach another room deep within the facility. To Jack's shock, he discovers his sister, Amy, connected to a network of cables via a transmitter. It becomes horrifyingly clear that she is no longer human. Amy has been transformed into a cyborg. Though her body is alive, her humanity is gone. When Jack disconnects the cables, Amy briefly regains her consciousness. She urges her brother to press a nearby red button immediately, explaining that it will shut down all the cyborgs and machines. But before Jack can fully process her words, a screen in front of them lights up, revealing the president. In a stunning twist, the president admits that the destruction wasn't caused by a rogue virus, but was orchestrated by him all along. His goal was to reset the world and consolidate his power, using the cyborgs as instruments of control and domination. He mocks Jack and Maria, confident they won't be able to stop him. As the weight of the situation sinks in, Jack faces a heartbreaking decision. Pressing the red button would deactivate many of the cyborgs and halt the destruction, but it would also kill Amy. Worse, Jack learns that not all the cyborgs would be affected, as the signal they've been searching for isn't in this facility. Before Jack can act, Amy's cyborg programming reactivates, fully taking control of her body. Now consumed by the machine, she attacks her brother, fatally wounding him. Maria, horrified and with no other option, is forced to decapitate Amy to stop her. Even with her head removed, Amy's cyborg body continues to move, her face frozen in a sinister, mocking smile. As Maria struggles to process the devastating loss, another powerful cyborg enters the room, determined to stop her from pressing the button. A fierce battle ensues, with Maria narrowly surviving as she uses her skill and determination to fend off the cyborg. Injured but determined, she seizes the opportunity, makes her way to the control panel, and slams the red button. The room fills with an electric hum, and across the globe, the cyborgs shut down, collapsing lifelessly where they stand. Although the cyborg was on the verge of killing Lara, it first turned its attention to Jack, taking his life in a brutal confrontation. With Jack gone, Maria emerges as the lone survivor of the mission. She manages to escape the facility and heads back to her camp. Upon arrival, Maria is overwhelmed with relief and joy to find Lara alive and unharmed. Reunited, the two of them quickly leave the area, driving away in a car. Despite their small victory, Maria knows this is only the beginning. They've won a single battle, but the larger war against the cyborgs and the forces behind them still looms ahead. As the movie ends, the open-ended conclusion strongly hints at a sequel, leaving viewers eagerly anticipating what's to come. Until then, thank you for following along. If you enjoyed this summary, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more updates.